What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rhea and Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Wednesday. This is our first Wednesday show that is not a Bachelor or Bachelorette recap. Trent, his ghost, is sitting right in between us. I don't know why. We should have invited him to do something, but we didn't. We will, though, eventually.
No, he'll be back.
He'll be back. Don't worry. It's not going to take until the next season. Before you know it, he'll be back here. We're going to do trivia this episode, so that's fun. But, Fran, everybody is wondering, did you get the apartment? Did I get the call back? Or did you not get the apartment? Did you land the audition? Did you get the role?
I landed the audition.
Let's go! Boom, boom.
Callback has been made. I must have wrote a very convincing bio that
he's a
we were picked. We were chosen. So I'm very excited. Thank you to everyone who was asking if I, got the apartment or not. As of right now, the apartment has been secured.
Let's go. Finally, this is good. Yeah. Fran and I got another round of celebration drinks on Sunday.
I might have to get another one.
She's going to have to get another one tonight, probably. Fran's an alcoholic now. That's good. No, but this is exciting. We think this is it. We think you've secured the bag, and you're going to go forward with this apartment, which is really, really exciting. Your first apartment with Joe.
Yep.
Our little girl is growing up.
You want to know what
this is the only time I've ever felt older than you. The only time.
That's so true. Do you know what our first apartment fight has been already?
What is it?
He was like, so we got to talk about the Squishmallows. You can't be bringing all of those into the new apartment. And I was like, what?
I mean,
what am I supposed to do with them? I just got them. He was like, they got to go somewhere else. They got to go. We got to bring them to New Jersey. They got to go to your parents' house.
Yeah.
He's like, you can't bring all of them. So I will be fighting for each and every one of my Squishmallows, but we'll see what happens.
Part of me wants to be like, you know what, Fran, if you want the Squishmallows, that's your prerogative. You deserve to have them. And then the other part of me is like, you're 26, your boyfriend's 26. It's time to get that grown-up apartment and remove the Squishmallows. But that's not to say that at that age, you shouldn't have Squishmallows. I don't want to say you shouldn't have them, but in a new grown-up apartment, we're going to
need them.
You're going to get that aesthetic right, and
maybe I'll move them after when everything's decorated.
And
but
then you could see where they can go.
We're moving into this apartment. We got no bed, no furniture. We're going to be sleeping on the Squishmallows. That's all we got.
That's your argument. Hey, Joe, we don't have any furniture yet. We're going to need
to sit on them, sleep on them.
Yeah, that's, you know what? There you go. There's your argument.
I know. It's like, then maybe I'll move them somewhere, but TBD.
Well, at least you got the apartment.
Yes.
As of right now.
By the way,
you never know.
You never know. Look, I was talking about living on the 50th floor just a mere week ago. So
the dreams were so big.
Yes.
Noah was so excited. He was going to have a friend that he can tell people lives on the 50th floor.
Just on the measly 9th floor now.
How quickly the dreams are crushed. But we're happy for you.
Yeah.
We're excited.
I'm excited.
I think that this is a great step for you and Joe.
Thanks,
I don't want to get emotional.
Thanks, Mom.
I'm getting teary-eyed.
Yeah.
it's a problem that these things.
Look,
just happy for you.
Yeah. I'm excited. It's obviously a very big step. We've been, dating for 4 years. So.
She's actually crying.
No, she really is. She is getting emotional.
I get happy for people in situations like this. It's a nice moment.
It's a big life step.
It is.
It totally is.
Yeah.
So
you didn't cry when I took that life step, but that's okay. That's okay.
I know I'm not as emotional as you are.
That's a good point.
Squidward.
Yeah, Fran is Squidward, right?
Yeah.
I love that nickname. Well, not even that I love that nickname. I love having
it's coming up way too often
the information that Fran had that nickname.
Yeah.
That's okay, because if people want to know my nickname when I was younger, it was Angelica from Rugrats. That's not much better. It's like
Angelica and Squidward is a pretty hilarious duo.
It's a lethal combo. Lethal combo. We can wreak some havoc as children.
Yep.
Oh, we got a big episode, though. We got a big episode. It's Wednesday, but I want to talk about this shit that's going viral right now on Twitter.
Oh, guys, if you haven't seen this.
Yeah, this is really, really funny. Now, Jensen Karp, who is, I think he's like a writer. And
friend of a friend.
He's a friend of a friend.
We could put him in the friend of a friend category.
Former rapper.
Yeah, Roan, our coworker, is good buddies with Jensen. Jensen is married to Topanga.
Yes.
From Boy Meets World. Roan was at that wedding. He was invited.
That's pretty
cool. John Mayer.
Yeah,
With John Mayer.
Right.
All right. No.
You know what? Your face almost hit the microphone. You jumped to say that so fast.
Rowan's going to be like, all right, guys, stop using my name.
Yeah. No, but hey, friend of a friend.
Yeah, friend of a friend. He had this tweet go crazy viral on Twitter because he opened up a box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, had himself a nice bowl of cereal, and realized there were shrimp tails in his Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal box. There were cinnamon covered shrimp tails in the box, and he tweeted this out. He wrote, now there's so many tweets now that I gotta scroll back super far. He wrote at CTC Squares, which is their Twitter, why are there shrimp tails in my cereal? This is not a bit. And now people obviously thought this was fake, which he tweeted multiple times. Like, I'm not faking this. There's shit cooked into the little squares.
If you haven't seen the picture, I've never seen anything look more like shrimp tails.
Right.
They're
shrimp tails.
They look like shrimp tails. And it's funny because Cinnamon Toast Crunch's first response was like, oh, we're so sorry. Like, DM us the details and we'll get you a new box. And everyone was like, wait, what? And then they replied again and they were like, under further investigation, we can confirm that there's like no way that that's shrimp. But it's like,
it's shrimp.
It's shrimp unless the sugar crystallized into perfect shrimp tail form.
You can see the shrimp tail. Like, you can clearly see it's a shrimp tail.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Two shrimp tails. And then I think that he found like
potentially some kind of feces.
Yeah, potentially some like mouse or rat poop imprinted on these squares. Some dental floss. Like, I don't think I'll ever eat a box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch again, which is really upsetting because it's my favorite cereal.
This is almost so bad that it's like turns you off of just cereal in general.
Right. What's in my? I'm gonna be digging through all of my cereal boxes
I'm about to be pulling the bag out of the box and fully inspecting it. You guys have to look. If you haven't seen it, it has been going viral, and now I think everyone has been debating it today. Like, if it's real, if it's fake, if it was all to go viral. Like, this is a thing. I don't really think, there's some people who, yes, sometimes that is a valid question. Like, oh, you're just trying to do it to go viral. You make something up. I don't really think Jensen is trying to do that. Like, he already is in the Hollywood world. Like, he doesn't need the
married to Topanga.
He doesn't need the bump. Like, I think he was just genuinely concerned that there were shrimp tails in his cereal.
As anybody would be. I don't think I would ever recover from laughing so hard that there were shrimp tails in my cereal. I think death by laughter would kill me, because
put them in a
imagine
Ziploc. A little zippy.
Now we know a friend calls Ziploc zippies. That's cute.
I've never called them zippies before in my entire life.
Little zippies. Yeah. I'm going to use that now. I feel like if you were with your significant other and you're just having some cereal and all of a sudden you come to the realization that you have shrimp tails in your cereal, there's no better moment from that point on.
Two reactions.
You guys sharing that moment together that you found. Now that you have a story. Every time you go out with another couple, every time you go somewhere, you're like, we found
the shrimp tail story.
Yeah, that's like their story now.
For me, there would be two ways to react to that. Screaming bloody murder, or doing nothing at all, just because I'm so incredibly stunned that it even happened. Just like in disbelief.
I might keep eating.
What?
Noah.
I don't know. I mean,
there's a difference between finding a hair in your food and then
I wouldn't keep eating with a hair.
But you would shrimp tails?
For some reason, I would be like I don't know.
Noah,
just put them aside.
Shrimp tails in your box of cereal.
Looking at you in a
How would that happen?
I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't.
Hair in food is like, somebody's cooking your food. They have hair on your head.
That's gross. I would throw up.
What? You wouldn't?
I don't. Sometimes I'm like, just because my own hair falls into my food.
I'm not
gonna
eat the shrimp tail. Like I'm
not. I know you're not gonna eat the shrimp tail, but
I just might put it aside. If there's only two,
which you don't know where that shrimp tail came from, and they look like eaten shrimp tails. It doesn't look like they sucked. You know when you eat shrimp and then you suck the other side out of like the actual tail.
So whoever's like on the assembly line was eating shrimp by accidentally like threw it into the box.
Yes,
that's gross.
That's gross. What do you mean you would keep?
There's really no way to spin this to not being gross. I can't believe you're trying to be on Team Shrimp right now.
No, I'm not on Team Shrimp. I'm just saying that maybe if I was really hungry, I would just put it aside and keep eating. It's not. If everything smelled like shrimp, I wouldn't. But I doubt it did.
But a hair, you wouldn't. That's crazy.
No, that really grosses me out, especially when you like have it in your mouth. And
no.
Okay, when it's in your mouth, yes.
Or even if I see a hair, I have to put it all
No.
I can't eat.
I don't know. Sometimes I'm just like,
I got a hair problem. We got to move on from talking about this.
Okay, let's move on. Let's get into the topics.
But do you ever, like, I can't even pull my own hair out of the shower, like, drain. Like, I gag when I do it. And it's my own hair.
Yeah.
It's my own hair.
I think
it's coming from my own body.
Kind of what you just need to remind yourself.
No, I do it every time, and yet it still grosses me out. It's my cross to bear.
Yeah, that seems like, I get it. Clumpy hair is gross.
Yeah.
But you just have to remind yourself, that's my hair. It's not going to hurt me.
I've gotten better and better. There was one time I actually threw up.
What?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Pulling your hair out of the drain.
Yeah.
It's gross.
It's gross.
Yeah.
But it is, you just have to remind yourself it's your own hair.
Yeah. All right, we're going to move on because I'm getting a little gaggy.
Let's get into the topics. We're going to be talking about David Dobrik and the allegations against the Vlog Squad. We had recorded a segment on this on Sunday to go in Monday's podcast. Yep. Then more came out that night when Jeff from the Vlog Squad went on Frenemies, and so we didn't feel like it was appropriate to put out the segment because...
Even more on Monday now.
And then now another thing, more comes out. It just didn't feel right to put out a segment where we didn't include everything.
Right. We were missing a chunk of information that was very necessary.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we will be talking about that. Kylie Jenner clears up the donation shaming that happened with her friend. Kind of. Pete Davidson is allegedly dating Phoebe Dynevor from Bridgerton. She plays Daphne, the star of the show. Once again, Pete Davidson. And we will be playing trivia since it is Wednesday and we need to fill that gap for the Bachelor and Bachelorette. We're playing some trivia.
Yeah. We have some fun ideas. I think we're going to expand trivia. We're workshopping, like we said on Friday. We're workshopping it. We're going to keep doing it like this, but hopefully we find a fun way to incorporate you guys into this as well.
We want to maybe do a beat Rhea and Fran.
Beat Bobby Flay.
Beat Bobby Flay. We you get on Zoom, we play you guys, we put it in the episode. So we're working on that. Not quite ready yet, but time will tell. Ideas are flowing, so don't worry.
In our heads. Yep.
We want to get you guys involved. So let's get into it, starting off with David Dobrik.
We're trying to get a little more active this year. It was a long 2020. We're not necessarily going to the gym. We want to be able to do everything from the comfort of our home, which is why Open Fit is so amazing. We can do all the classes right from our apartments, put them up on the TV. You can do them in it. You don't really need a massive space to do it, which is so great. It's a streaming service. You can work out in the comfort of your own home. You can do long classes. You can do 10-minute classes. It's amazing because it is super affordable and you can get all different types of classes. They have strength training, cardio, Pilates, yoga, meditation, all these things that are so, so good for you, so good for your body. And OpenFit has them all in one place, which is so nice. They have these amazing trainers on here. I love, trying out new trainers, seeing which ones I like. They have some fun celebrity matchups as well, celebrity programs. If you follow Shay Mitchell, Shay Mitchell had a program on OpenFit that my friends loved. Everybody was getting OpenFit to do that as well. It was so great. And like I said, I like to jump around, yoga, maybe some cardio sometimes, but really like their yoga and like mat stuff, Pilates is so great. It's so fun. If you guys want to jump into these classes with us, go do it. It's so easy and affordable. There's really this is the at-home program that you should be using. OpenFit has truly changed the way that we work out. Right now, our listeners get a free 14-day trial membership to OpenFit when you text CHICKS to 505050. And if you decide to keep the service, which, I'm sure you will, the entire year is only $96. I'm going to repeat that. The entire year is only $96. That is unheard of in the gym world, in this, exercise world, the classes and whatnot. It truly is the best deal in fitness. You will get full access to OpenFit, all the workouts, and a nutrition guide, totally free for 14 days. Just text CHICKS to 505050. Standard message and data rates may apply.
All right, so before we get into this topic, I just want to put out a trigger warning because we are going to be talking about some serious allegations towards the Vlog Squad and things that might be triggering to
sexual assault victims and whatnot. Yeah.
To some people. So we just want to put that out there before we get into this topic. It's some heavy stuff. So just getting that out there. But we will explain everything that has happened with David Dobrik and the Vlog Squad and allegation towards them. Like I said, we recorded this, more came out. I will be explaining everything that has happened because I, was a big fan of David Dobrik and the Vlog Squad. I, very much enjoyed the videos. I like David Dobrik. I like the members of the Vlog Squad. So tough to see all of this come out, right? Mm-hmm. I think, David Dobrik, who is one of the most subscribed to people on YouTube, one of the biggest YouTubers on the platform. A lot of people were a fan of him. He seemed like a nice, genuine guy. He was doing shit with Nickelodeon. He had this like pure image, even though I think if you watched the videos and you would know, like, his friends were always doing crazy shit, right? It didn't really, to me, it didn't really make sense that he was like deemed this Nickelodeon person when all of his videos include his friends like getting drunk and doing crazy shit. Yeah,
he got away with that somehow. Because I will say, from my perspective, like of someone that didn't really watch the videos and didn't really know the dynamic with his friends, my impression of him was always that he was kind of like this squeaky clean guy that everybody liked, that was like this like kind of awkward funny guy that everyone was like, oh, it's David Dobrik, like we love him,
Yeah.
And I never really watched the vlogs.
He went really viral when he gave things away to like people,
right?
And like, nice things.
That's true. I feel like that's probably when I became more familiar, because I was like, who is this guy, giving Teslas to his friends?
There was a huge shift, I think, in his content kind of from like when he first started to in the past. Well, he hasn't put out a vlog in a year, but the years prior and like 2019,
never watched
2020. Where he like started giving things away more and doing more of those things where it was like positive and whatever. But like early days was very much his friends
like
fucking
surprising
around.
his friends with like these big name celebrities.
Right. That's what it became. But it was more just a friend group doing, hanging out, partying, pulling pranks on each other, that type of thing.
Now we know doing bad shit.
Yeah, doing bad things and using his power of being like, I'm David Dobrik. It's for the vlogs, bro. Like, let's just do it.
Yeah,
the power dynamic was very off and very, it's apparent now. And he says in his new video he didn't realize that. We'll get to that. But here's what happened. So there's a lot that has been building up, I think, for, I would say, a month or so now. Now, Trisha Paytas and Ethan on Frenemies, they've been speaking about David Dobrik for a while now because Trisha dated Jason. And so she was around the crew.
Which blew my mind.
Yeah, you didn't know that either, which is...
that still hasn't sat well with me.
It's crazy, but...
Because I have watched some of... Well, I just hit my microphone. I did watch... Like in the last year, I've watched more of Views and like his podcast and seen his stuff with Jason. And then obviously we covered the David marrying Jason's mom prank, that whole thing. So like I knew who Jason was. Did not know he dated Trisha. That blew my mind.
Yeah.
So that's something that happened. They
dated for some time and she was included in the vlogs. And over the past year, I would say she talked a lot about, what went on behind the scenes. And a lot of people, I think, took that as her just trying to,
people dismissed it.
They dismissed it because they were like, oh, Trisha's just trying to take down David because she's mad about Jason and that sort of thing, classic ex-girlfriend. I think that's what people painted Trisha as. And I think what people are realizing now is that she was very much right. And I think something that she said that I thought was a good point and something that everybody should have picked up prior was like, what does she gain from like making shit up about them? I guess what people thought was that like she was going to take these people down out of jealousy or whatever it was, but she's like, I would get sued if I was, you know what I mean? But she's like, the things I'm saying are true. Like, so I don't really care if I'm getting sued or whatever. People are coming at me, whatever. So over what came out first, I think, was one of the ex-Vlog Squad members, Seth. He spoke out about sexual assault against him from Jason and David and the crew from a prank that David came up with that Seth thought he would be making out with Corinna, but instead it was Jason in a mask and, Seth was blindfolded. And he said at the time he consented to it because he just wanted to like go with the prank and please the group and please David. And, you get, I'll put you in this video. You'll get followers. You'll get this. So he ended up not being okay with it. time had passed, and he spoke out against that. So that was sort of rising, and then it seemed like David wasn't going to address any of that for a while, because that went on for a few weeks where nobody spoke about it. And then, I think there was other stuff in between, but the big thing that has now everybody talking is Business Insider wrote an article about a woman who showed up to now Dirty Dom, who was a ex-Vlog Squad member, their apartment at the time, and he put up on his Instagram story, hey, does anybody, interested in a fivesome? And these girls reached out to him and had them come over. And I think what they didn't pick up on at the time, which I think is crazy, is the fact that like just writing on your story, does anybody want to have a fivesome, and girls responding doesn't necessarily mean they want to have a fivesome. It's just the fact that you guys are famous YouTubers and they want to meet you.
And you're opening the door.
And you're opening the door to be like, you can come over.
Yeah.
And so in their head, they're probably like, oh, we won't have to have a fivesome. We just get to meet these people we're a fan of and hang out with them.
Yeah.
So they did that. These girls came over. David filmed this all in a vlog. Trisha was there, Jeff was there, Jason was there, Jonah was there. A lot of the Vlog Squad members were there with these group of girls. And this was 2018. And what this woman who is saying told Insider said that they showed up. They did not want to have a fivesome, and they were not into that. They didn't want to do anything sexual. And then somebody provided alcohol. There in the article, and what Trisha remembers is that Jeff and Todd, two members, bought the alcohol. So then that woman who is talking about this night to Insider is also saying the same thing. So those stories like kind of match up. And so they got alcohol. This girl who didn't even know who David or the Vlog Squad was out of her friend group said that she ended up going into the room with Dom after he had been like, talking to her a lot and like really, kind of being forceful in a way and just like, oh, here, she said that she drank willingly, but also they were implying like, hey, let's drink more.
Right.
And her friend said the same thing.
Like as soon as you finish a drink, bam, there's another one waiting
like
for
that
you.
type of thing. It's like encouraging you to drink more, knowing that you're going to get them drunk. And so she reached the point of being blackout drunk, went into the room with Dom with another one of her friends. And she said that this is the part where she doesn't really remember fully what happened, but her friend was in the room. So her friend knows what happened, and said that she, Dom raped her and took advantage of her, and to the point where she was like going unconscious, like wasn't really aware of anything that was going on.
Yeah.
And her friend was in the room, saw this happening, and then finished Dom off so that he would stop raping her friend.
Yeah.
And so that is some serious
gives you full chills.
Full chills. I feel so terrible for these women because
both girls, and also for the friend too, to think that that's like the only way to get this guy to like and stop is also terrifying.
Because now that this article has come out, people are like, the friend didn't stop him, and it's like, well, she did what she thought she had to do, and also. Once again, you are in that
situation
that power dynamic where you are a fan of these people, or maybe the other girl wasn't a fan, but you feel like they said in the article they did not feel like they were in a position to say no to these people. They felt like if they said no, there was going to be an issue, there was going to be a problem, and they didn't feel comfortable, which is. I totally believe them and understand what they're saying when you are in the presence of, oh, this guy's got millions of subscribers, millions of followers. I don't want to let them down.
It's really hard to pass judgment on a situation too that we have never been in.
Right.
So it's like I just find it very hard as another woman to be like, well, if I was in that situation, I wouldn't have done that. I don't know that. I've never been in that situation.
You don't know what you're going to be in. So there's people who are like saying, well, why didn't her friend? It's like, what do you mean? You don't know how they felt, how scared they were, how uncomfortable they were, powerless they felt. And so.
And with alcohol involved.
Yeah. And so apparently they, she was passed out. She was blackout. Her friends had to carry her out.
Yeah.
And David filmed this and made it seem like Dom had a successful threesome and, even filmed him afterwards or, went back and pretended it was afterwards. And the whole thing is really disgusting and gross. And obviously I feel so terrible for these women who just they felt powerless, and so she then consented to the vlog being posted, but then she came to the realization that she had been raped, and she said that she battled with how to deal with this because she didn't really remember what had happened. And once again, these YouTubers being afraid to say something, and so she ended up saying something after.
And the guilt, and not the guilt too of knowing something terrible happened to you, but being so afraid because alcohol was involved, thinking people would be like, well,
right,
like, how do you know you were drunk? Like,
exactly,
it's terrifying.
Right, exactly. So then she consented to the video. Months later, it had been eating her alive. She did not want that video up there anymore. Sent a very long message to Dom explaining that she was not comfortable with what happened that night. She doesn't feel, good about what happened. She feels like she was taken advantage of, her and her friends, and she wants the video down because it's causing her this trauma where people are seeing her friends are seeing her in this vlog, people on the street are seeing her in this vlog and being like, oh my God, that's so cool, you were in this David Dobrik vlog, without realizing what actually happened that night.
Just such a traumatizing experience.
Exactly. So he responded and was like, I respect your wishes, I will take that down. Which is crazy that she wrote this entire
I was going to say, the only response I saw was like, it's down. Like, nothing else.
He didn't apologize. No apology given to this girl who very clearly was taken advantage of, and
disgusting.
It's disgusting, and expressed very much so that she felt like she was taken advantage of. So gross on everybody's part who was involved, obviously. So after that article came out, David released a video that was 2 minutes long. He put it on his third channel, Views, which is not even his first or his second channel. It shut the comments off and wrote, let's talk. And the apology was terrible. It didn't seem genuine at all. It wasn't sincere. He didn't really address any of the issues.
Yeah. It felt like because he has obviously apologized before and put out apology videos in the past, that it seemed like he was like, oh, we've done this before. Let's put out the quick video. Let's address it, and then let's hope this all goes away. And it didn't.
It didn't. And so brands started to drop him, obviously. And then Jeff from the Vlog Squad got involved by making a video called My Truth, which, you know how we feel about
First
My Truth.
Flag.
Yeah. Puts out this video and he's attacking the reporter who basically just did her job. He said that she didn't do her job right because she included facts that weren't true. But if these victims are saying this is what happened,
right, she's recounting their story,
then you got it. Exactly.
Yeah.
And whether you remember it a certain way, you could say that. You can say, I do not remember it this way. I do not believe I bought the alcohol. But I respect these victims coming forward with their story and saying,
did Jeff know that any idea if Jeff knew if the article was coming out beforehand, or if he thinks he was fucking...
He didn't read the article. So that's what came.
There you go.
That's what the biggest, I was going to get to that. That's what the biggest problem was
right
after he made this video about attacking the reporter, about what was put in there, about his name being attached to it, because he wanted it on record that he did not buy the alcohol. He then went on Frenemies with Trisha and Ethan, and they were like, did you read the article? And he said, no, I didn't read the article. So they were like, you could have avoided.
I only read the parts with my about
exactly
me.
Which was
that is one of the more selfish things I've ever heard,
because
he did say I apologize, that was selfish.
He ended up apologizing for that. But it's
that's crazy. Let me just skip over the rape allegations and get to the part that's about me.
Exactly.
I think his excuse was that there's a paywall and that he didn't want to pay to read the article.
Yeah, that's what he said. So, which is terrible because these victims are coming forward and you're basically saying, their story doesn't matter. What matters is what they're saying about me, which is so terribly wrong, obviously. So then he goes on Frenemies and they hit him with the picture because he said he was only there for 15, 20 minutes at 11 p.m. They hit him with the picture with the timestamp of 1:18 a.m. with the girl being held up by one of her friends in the side of the photo. That's not a good look. And basically they pointed out if you had just read the article, you probably could have avoided a lot of mistakes you made in your apology video because you clearly didn't read what the article said.
Right.
And he kept saying that it was Trisha that told Insider that he bought the alcohol, and it was Trisha and the reporter who made this up, when it was the girls who were there said it. Yeah. And Trisha. So it's both of them saying it. It's like, you can't just like blame Trisha and the reporter and being like, they threw my name and attaches them. It's like, the girls that were there said that you bought it. That's the story they're given. So that's kind of how it goes. That's the reporter's just reporting what she's given. So his appearance on Frenemies did not go over well because his story did not match up at all. His story was all over the place. It kept feeling like they were catching him in a lie. What they did say to him, though, which I thought was, people online were like, Trisha and Ethan ended Jeff. They were like, they were fair to him in a way that they told him, this is wrong, but they were like, we think that you're a genuine guy, and we don't want you to get like full, we don't want to cancel you. We don't want to get canceled, but you got to learn your mistakes. You got to be held accountable for what you did, and move forward in this in the right way. You didn't apologize right. You're not taking any steps. You didn't read the article. You did a lot of things wrong. Crazy to me. But we wish you the best.
Yeah.
Now, after that, everyone was like, well, what is David going to say? Yeah. Because his friend basically went on there and torched himself and the Vlog Squad because he didn't make David look good. He didn't make Todd look good. He didn't make himself look good. He kept saying, I can't speak for David and Todd, which is fair. You can't speak for these people. But when somebody's asking you a question and you straight up say, I can't speak for them, it's like, well, now you're basically saying you and your squad are guilty.
Yeah. And anytime you're in that position where you do say like, oh, I can't speak for them, and then you continue to give your own opinion, that's going to get attached to the person you just said you can't speak
and
for.
Now I'd like to mention that Jeff was in a serious accident that he doesn't like to talk about, and that was mentioned in Frenemies. And he said at the end of Frenemies, he was like,
when was that accident?
Over the summer.
Okay.
And so he's had to have like a lot of surgeries. I think he cracked his skull and something with his eye socket, a lot of shit happened. And so he said at the end of Frenemies, he was like, listen, I've been very emotional. I've been on pain meds. I've been, my head's not right. And so that doesn't excuse his terrible apology, but it makes sense as to why he acted so quickly, why he, once again, non-excuse, but I understand if you're very emotional and all of a sudden you're like, I got to call them up right away and get my name out of this. And you're just not thinking clearly. I get it. So that happened. He didn't look good. Everyone's like, what's David going to do? He's got to do something now. Brands are dropping him left and right. He puts out a video.
Natalie put out a little
Instagram story saying she stands by the victims. Yeah. And now everyone's wondering.
But she's the only one so far who has said something where she's not involved at all. She wasn't.
She wasn't there. Or she wasn't.
Yeah, she wasn't in the video. It's unclear as to what Natalie's involvement was at the time because Natalie didn't come in till later on, and so there was so much that happened before her.
Right.
And so David puts out this video where he seems to be apologizing a lot more, acknowledging the things that were
acknowledging
wrong,
the power dynamic,
acknowledging the power dynamic, which is really important because
put it on his actual channel.
Yeah, put it on his real channel, which is something
on his actual channel. Thanks.
He finally
left the comments on.
And I feel like, listen, here's the thing, and everyone's pointing this out now. He didn't make this apology until Brand started dropping him, and he realized, oh shit, things are crumbling fast, and I feel like it took it to hit him so hard for him to realize how wrong he was and how wrong his friends were and how wrong Dom is. And something he mentioned, which I think is now opening up an important conversation just as a whole, is the fact that he said, in 2018, 2017, girls did come out and say that they were sexually assaulted by Dom. And he continued to put Dom in the videos after and then continued to make jokes in the vlogs about Dom being this type of person. Yeah. And what he said was he he couldn't wrap his head around the fact that his childhood friend was this kind of person. Yeah. And so that's the problem, right? That's the problem with so many groups of guys and so many people in general is that
it couldn't be my friend.
I know my friend. I grew up with him. Yeah. It's well, sometimes the people you grow up with turn out to be really shitty people.
Yeah.
And I think it makes sense what he said, right? That's your childhood friend. You didn't want to believe that your childhood friend was a bad person. You know, that could happen, but that's a problem.
Yeah.
And so I hope now that, I mean, you can't take back the things you did. There's so many things that he did wrong with using the vlog as like you're my friend, do this for my vlog for the shock value. Oh, this is how we get views. This is how we're better than everybody. You know, there's a video of him saying that to one of his friends after he really upset one of his friends, Jonah, whose name is not even Jonah. His name is Nick, and they call him Jonah because he resembled Jonah Hill because he's, you know, on the heavier side. Mm-hmm. So first of all, I think that Dom needs to be in jail. I think that Dom needs to be in jail. I think that
no one's heard a peep from him.
Nobody's
right?
heard. He put out a video, I think, like maybe last week or the week before that.
He still
address this, but
posts videos like on his own.
Yeah, address the vlog squad in general and like what Seth and Big Nick had said about David and just being there. But he didn't address this specific allegation, and I think he's such a terrible person, obviously. And I think he deserves to be in jail. And I think he deserves to get what's coming to him.
Yeah.
But I just don't get why he hasn't said anything. Nobody's heard from him.
Right.
Jeff put in his video, he reached out to Dom and he was like, call me. And Dom was like, stop. And Jeff basically threatened him and was like, all right, well, I hope the cops get to you before I do because this is an issue.
Yeah.
So obviously Dom is a piece of fucking shit and just I feel so bad for these women, and I hope that everybody believes them and stands up for them. And I hope that David, in his video, what he said when he said he's going to reach out to them and try to change things going forward, I hope he does do that. And I think this was a big smack in the face to reality for him.
Yeah, I agree, because I think, like I said before, he has gotten away with questionable things, you know, where he is getting canceled and he puts out this semi-apology, waits a week and everything's fine, and it kind of goes away. And it seems like something he thought he could do again and then realized, holy shit, this is a lot more serious than I thought. And at the beginning of the video, you know, he's like, it's 1:45 in the morning. I've been with people all day. This is the first time I've been alone. So clearly he's been in a lot of discussions on what he's supposed to be doing and who he's supposed to be talking to. And this is the video that, whether you question its sincerity or not, he made valid points that you hope is something that he continues, if he does continue making content where he now can acknowledge that in that world, because of who he is, like, he has so much power that he didn't realize, where it's like for him to ask people, like from him to be like, hey, be in this video, I want you in this video, to realize that just asking that can influence the person in a bad way, where they're like, yeah, I'll do it, but in their minds being like, oh, I have to say yes because David's asking me directly. He said he wants to set up some kind of HR where there can be somebody to talk to, somebody to organize these things behind the scenes. And you just hope that all of those things do happen. He does realize how serious this all is, and that he actually speaks to these women and hears their story and listens to them. And that something happens to Dom. I hope it's a lesson for everybody, and a lot of guys, especially watching, being like, my friend can be wrong. You got to believe these women. You know, there are a lot of times women are written off as like, oh, you know, they're crazy, they're exaggerating, because that's what your guy friend will tell you. But like, your guy friend can be a piece of shit, like we're seeing with Dom here. And I will say, as somebody who watched the vlogs, like, watching it is like, the way it's edited and shot and put together, it just seems like a group of friends that are having a good time that you want to be a part of. And it almost makes me feel bad that, like, I've enjoyed so many of those videos that have hurt people in some way. I'm not saying this one specifically, but I'm saying, just like, I feel like you don't realize some of the things that have like gone over your head in a way. And there are absolutely.
I also
that's
hate,
how we got so big,
right? And that's the thing. It's like, he had 20 plus million views on every video. People liked them. You know, people liked them and I see people being like, oh, I'm happy. I can sleep at night knowing I never watched one single David Dobrik video.
Right,
it's like,
no, millions of people are watching.
You know,
them.
exactly. And it's like, you just don't realize it until you're smacked in the face with it. And you realize, wow, this was a lot of fucked up things. Yeah. So like you said, you know, he said in it, he's going to take a break from social. He doesn't want to step away entirely because this was what he likes to do. This was his job. This was his career. But there needs to be major changes. He needs to, you know, apologize to a lot of people. He's got to right the wrongs that he did and learn from them. And hopefully we see that going forward. But I think it's going to be some time before we see any sort of content from him again. On another note, which I think this is like separate from David, and I feel like it's just something that I've been thinking about lately, is like, we've had to talk about so many apology videos and things that people have done wrong in the last year. And I don't
more than ever.
And I don't want people to think that we're like the moral authority on what's right and what's wrong, you know, like, because sometimes I'm like, I don't want people to think that like I think that I'm perfect and I have never done anything wrong in my life, because that's just not true. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just this is what we have to talk about because we cover celebrity and pop culture news, and this is what's happening with them.
There has been a little bit of a reckoning.
Yeah, it's not our job to be like, this was a good apology, this was a bad apology.
It's more of just kind of like laying out what happened.
Giving our opinion on like the situation,
we're not directly involved, so it's not our place to be like, oh, I accept David's apology. It's the women that he hurt. They can decide whether or not that apology is suitable for them.
But even separate from that, just from things we've been talking about in general, you know, with The Bachelor and just like so many people apologizing,
trying to
doing
put out the information.
Just like,
it's just really what has dominated so many celebrities' lives.
Right. I just think about it. I'm like, I'm not a perfect person, so I don't want people thinking that us talking about this means like we've never done anything wrong. Here's what everyone else is doing wrong, because that's just not the case.
Yeah, and neither one of us has ever been like, and them, like, you know.
I think people that's another thing. I think people get confused with the quote unquote cancel culture, which I just want to cancel the word cancel in general. Like, I just it's gotten so much. And I think sometimes people confuse.
It's been weaponized in a bad way now.
But I think people confuse both the way they act and like I said, quote unquote cancel culture. Like, there's a difference between being like, this person deserves to lose everything and end them, and we should never hear from them ever again, and they should go die. Like, to me, that's cancel culture. That's like, we are fully ending that person. There's a difference between that and then also being like, oh, this person, they gotta learn from this. They gotta be held accountable. They made a mistake. There's a line.
There's a difference. And I think totally people difference, but that difference has been blurred now.
Right. And I think people who call out cancel culture, I understand the sentiment behind it, right? I understand what they're saying. We shouldn't end people. But I also think they're confusing what people are saying about other people, you know? Like, not everyone is saying that all these people who did something wrong deserve to die.
The word accountability is used a lot now.
Exactly.
A lot.
Which I think is a good word to like describe things. It's like,
it's used a lot, and it's really, you know, the best way to handle it, because there has to be some kind of middle ground where it's not just like, oh, you get away with all the bullshit you've ever done. Like, you just fly free, or you never get to work again. It's the end.
But obviously,
forget
people
it. Bye.
Like Dom should never work.
Oh
again.
no, that's why I wanted to separate this conversation from like what we were talking about.
That guy should be in fucking
Dom should be in jail,
Yeah.
and yes, he should be like.
Yes.
Yeah, like, that's not even canceled. You should just...
If you commit a serious crime like that, that's not even canceled. That's you are a terrible person and don't deserve to work ever again. Like, that's totally different than like somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just... I feel like there has
David turning a blind eye to that stuff is
bad.
Really fucked up.
It's really bad.
It's really fucked up. You know, there's some times where it's like, you know, we're going to talk about Kylie Jenner in a second, and it's like, people on the internet joking of like, cancel Kylie because of her bad donation. There's a difference there, and it's like, all right, let's calm down.
Right, but there are some people that are like,
this is a lot more serious.
Yes, that's why I wanted to make sure that I noted this conversation that I bring up is totally separate from the Dave Dobrik Vlog Squad situation, because that is very bad. But I just feel like there's like a blurred line of like, I don't want people thinking because we're talking about these things all the time that we think we're like perfect people, because that's just not the case.
No.
And like you said, accountability, cancel culture is just like, the word cancel is driving me nuts lately. It's like, it's all anybody ever says all the time. Like, cancel, like you said, cancel Kylie Jenner, which we might as well just get into it.
Cancel Kylie Jenner for donating less than everyone thought she should be donating.
That's crazy to me. You know, like that. I guess we should just get into the Kylie stuff now.
It is the overuse of the word, and people. The internet is hard too, because you can have the tiniest little bit of information, and the internet runs wild with it. Like, then all of a sudden it snowballs, and you think you know all the facts, and you don't, and everybody's posting, and there's screenshots, and Kylie donated $5,000. Their goal was $60,000. Why didn't you just donate the whole $60,000? And that's her employee, and no, that's not her employee. It all gets very messy, and so it's hard sometimes, because for us it's like, well, okay, you can understand why, if they were looking for $60,000, why that's something that Kylie couldn't do. She, like we said, she is a billionaire. However, Kylie posted on her story and said, I feel it's important for me to clear up this false narrative that I've asked fans for money and I'm not paying for my makeup artist medical bills. Sam isn't my makeup artist, and unfortunately we don't have a personal relationship anymore, but I have worked with him a few years ago and think he's the sweetest. I saw my current makeup artist and friend Ariel post about Sam's accident and his family's GoFundMe, and I called Ariel immediately to see what happened to Sam. After learning in more detail about the accident, it compelled me to visit his GoFundMe, which was set at $10K. They had already raised $6K, so I put in $5 to reach their original goal and thought I'd post on my stories to gain more awareness if anyone has felt compelled to share or donate. I don't know how all this got so twisted, but his family has reached out through Ariel and are very appreciative of all the donations, prayers, and love towards Sam. Anyone that knows me knows that I do things from the heart, and I try to be helpful whenever I can be. Let's all stay positive and keep Sam, his family, and anyone who's going through a difficult time in our prayers. I hope you have a beautiful day, and let's encourage each other to help. And that's kind of what we talked about on Monday too, that Kylie getting involved has blown up this story that at the core is really about this poor kid who got into an absolutely terrible accident and needs the help. And GoFundMe in general is just tricky. It means well, it does good things, but like Kylie says she sees $10,000 as the goal. She donates to hit that number, but then the goal, anytime you hit that goal, like the goalposts move and it extends. So then if people want to check it out, all of a sudden it says $60,000 is the goal and not the actual original $10,000 that the family had set, which we didn't know because, like I said, everybody on the internet was like, the goal was $60,000. Now, then the goal moved to $120,000, and I'm sure it's even more now after Kylie posted about it.
Yeah, that's the problem, right? You get this information immediately. You're like, $60,000. Why wouldn't Kylie Jenner just donate it all? She's a billionaire,
right?
But knowing that she hit the donation when it was $10K,
put it over the limit.
Now people are like, well, she's just like, what is she supposed to go back and check every day how much the goalpost is moved and then add to it?
Because she would actually just have to keep donating, because every time she did that, it would continue to go up.
Exactly. Which I don't think she should have to do, to be completely honest. Like, I don't think it's her responsibility to check in on this every single day and see where the goal's at.
Right. And as she did write that, reached out to Ariel and Sam's family, and they were very appreciative. And I'm sure they were. You make that page, you hope you get donations, you get Kylie Jenner with hundreds of millions of followers to share it, and you get more donations than you hoped. But it's one of those things where it's so hard for the extremely wealthy, like the Kylie Jenners of the world, to share something like that and not to immediately be ridiculed for not just saving the day, right? Like not just, she could have posted a GoFundMe for a natural disaster or something and that sort that had like a goal that they wanted to hit, and was like, well, Kylie, why didn't you just donate $100,000 to the California wildfires? Things like that, where it's like, anytime I just think a celebrity of that stature who everyone knows how much money she has is tough. And we did say on Monday, like, we think she came from a good place. It's crazy to think that, $5,000 when they wanted 60. It's, well, okay, maybe you could just give the whole 60. But it's GoFundMe it's tricky. Like, it's tricky. It just continues to grow. The more money you raise, the more money the goal goes up.
And she obviously had a good intention by posting it. She wanted to help out. And I think that's where people, they kind of throw that out the window when it's like, oh, well, she's a billionaire. Right. Billionaires shouldn't be billionaires, so they have to get rid of all their money.
Right. Analyzing her relationship with Sam, like people were pulling up pictures of them working together because some people on Twitter were like, they don't even know each other, and some were like, no, they're best friends. It's like,
this is another thing, and I think I bring it up every episode. It's like, people are always just fighting with each other on the internet. They're always just fighting with each other. I don't understand why nobody's outside doing something. Like, everybody just lives on the internet to fight with each other about things they disagree on. It's like, not everyone's gonna agree.
Yeah. So Kylie cleared that up. She put that on her story. Wanted to make set the story straight and tell everyone what really went down.
We have talked about figs plenty of times before, but we just want to make sure that you guys know that we have a promo code out there for our healthcare professionals and people working in the medical field. These scrubs are great. They're comfortable, they fit well, they have athletic apparel functionality, and they're ridiculously soft and, like I said, comfortable. So everything's a win. They have, all the essentials you need. They have tons of pockets so that they're incredibly useful when you have a stethoscope, pen, scissors, tape, alcohol pads, whatever it is that you carry, you can fit those in your pockets. Figs also uses proprietary Phyonics fabric with Silvador antimicrobial technology for odor control, fabric durability, and 4-way stretch, moisture wicking, anti-wrinkle, and once again, they are ridiculously soft and comfortable. So if you are one of those awesome humans who work in healthcare, Figs wants you to wear the scrubs you deserve and enjoy 15% off your first order. You can use code SHIX15 at checkout and get 15% off your first order when you go to wearfigs.com, wearfigs.com, and enter our code SHIX15 at checkout. Once again, SHIX15 at checkout. Get ready to love your scrubs.
We may have a new couple alert, and it once again includes Pete Davidson. There are some rumors. There's been some posts on Dumois. There's been some, Page 6 Daily Mail posts now alleging that perhaps Pete Davidson, our young Pete Davidson, is out there frolicking. I'm using frolicking because it feels Bridgerton-like. Mm-hmm. Frolicking with Phoebe Dynevor, who plays Daphne in Bridgerton. Apparently he's been in London. They are filming Bridgerton season 2 right now, and he's been hanging out with her. They've been seeing each other. We don't really have too many other details. Kelly Keegs did write a blog about this week and said that she did have a personal friend see Pete Davidson in the London airport. So that's when you got boots on the ground.
Yeah, definitely. I love this. Every time Pete Davidson's seen with somebody else, I'm like, you know what? Good for him. Good for that person. It's been Ariana Grande, Kate Beckinsale, Kaya Gerber, Margaret Qualley. Now Phoebe, who is this rising star. Everybody was obsessed with Bridgerton, and now Pete Davidson's with her.
Yeah.
Listen, I love Pete Davidson.
I have the 7 Rings Bridgerton violin
playing in my mind when I have a soft spot for Pete Davidson. I love Pete Davidson.
I think we all should. If you don't, I don't like Pete Davidson. And yes, everyone's like, oh, he dates everybody. But in his interviews, he's like, I'm a hopeless romantic.
Yeah, I think he genuinely thinks he's in love every time.
Yes, I think he's just out there looking for love.
Yeah. Every time I see Pete Davidson talk, I'm like, he's a genuine guy.
Yeah.
He's like awkward and he's just like not really used to being famous, but he's, funny and he's a comedian.
He is,
on
and
SNL.
He's open about his life and he's open about the things that he goes through. And
for sure.
We see him with new women where it's like... Every time I'm like rooting for you. Hope this one works.
Yeah, because I feel like we've heard many times that Pete Davidson is in relationships is very intense. And
like the last time with Kaya Gerber and her parents getting involved.
And Randy had to show up to the apartment. But he's always honest about it.
Yeah,
I don't think Pete Davidson is ever meaning to hurt anybody. He just struggles with borderline personality disorder. And with that comes with some of the things that has happened in his relationships. So I feel like, you know what? Good for Pete. Like I said, good for Phoebe. It'll be interesting to see where they end up. Like, will this last?
Yeah.
Who knows? I would never guess Daphne from Bridgerton with Pete Davidson ever. But
I dismissed the first Dumois post about this so hard. Like when it was like, Pete Davidson hanging out with Phoebe Dynevor from Bridgerton. I'm like, what? How?
Yeah, I always wonder how it goes down because Pete Davidson's not on social media.
Yeah.
Unless he has a private account, but who would believe that?
Did she ever go on SNL? But I don't think she did.
No, I don't
think so. How did they have a mutual friend?
Yeah, only he did. Maybe he was like, hey, like I could set you guys up.
Did.
Oh,
maybe he was like middleman.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point, Noah.
Maybe he was like, listen,
maybe Pete Davidson
maybe he was like, hey, I watched Bridgerton and I love...
And Pete said, I mean, look, he was there for a week doing SNL. Maybe at some point Pete was like, hey, can you give me her info? I would really like to meet her.
He got with Ariana
that's got to be it. No?
Yeah, no, you just cracked the case.
I'm ready to lock that in. We have no evidence of that whatsoever, but
Please credit Noah.
Yeah, and we will credit Noah with that. Let's just end on that because I feel like Noah had a good thing right there.
Yeah. I'll just say one more thing. It would be very funny if this does become a legitimate couple and everyone's like, oh, how'd you guys meet? And it's our like Chicks in the Office listeners who would find the articles of Pete being like, oh, I told Reggie-Jean that I really liked him. And then Chicks, well, it would be like, Pete, please credit Noah on this.
Noah Ives,
please credit Noah Ives on this story that you lived in your real life, but he said it on our podcast first.
Okay, everybody, it's time to get into our trivia segment. Noah has come up with the questions this time around, and we're excited to play. Once again, I think I'm going to lose. I'm not the best at trivia. Fran is very good. She won the first game, and eventually we're going to get you guys involved where it will be Fran and I against another team, maybe you and a friend of some sort.
Maybe we can have people send in questions.
Yeah, and maybe if you want to send in questions.
I was kind of like polling people last night, just trying to get some other
smart
ideas, but...
All right, let's begin. I think we're going to do most points out of 15 questions.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, who's starting?
Let's
Fran will start.
Let's rock, paper, scissors for
rock, paper, scissors.
Okay, but how do you do rock
paper, scissors, shoot?
I was always a says guy.
Me too. I'm a rock, paper, scissors, says shoot type of person. Hank hates it. We fight over this all the time.
What do you want to do?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. And then we shoot?
Yeah.
Or rock, paper,
it goes out on shoot.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
So confusing.
Ready?
Don't you agree? Yes. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, Rhea with scissors. I want paper, so Rhea will start.
No, I think that means I decide.
Wait, you can
you want to defer?
Yeah, I'd like Fran to go first.
Have you won the coin toss? Is this an NFL game? You're deferring?
Strategy.
Okay. All right.
And I thought you were going to get the first question.
All right.
So.
Well, you can't say that.
Give backs.
It's too late. All right. Question number 1.
Maybe I'll get it wrong.
What season of Jersey Shore was shot in Italy?
The number?
The number season.
I don't know. I'm gonna go with five.
Incorrect.
I'm in between 2 in my head, and I'm gonna have to play this.
I just eliminated one of them.
I know. That wasn't even one of my choices. So
damn. Then I guess I was way off.
The first season was Jersey Shore. The second season was Miami. And now, in my head, does it go back to Jersey Shore and then Italy in the 4th, or does it go Jersey Shore, Miami, Jersey Shore again, Italy, or Jersey Shore, Miami, Italy, then Jersey Shore again. I'm going season 4.
Correct.
Wow. Yep.
Let's go.
Lives up to the Jersey Shore.
I feel like they would have
name.
they would have to go back to Jersey Shore. Yeah. They can't just do one Jersey Shore.
I was between 4 and 5. Those were my thoughts, but I thought it was maybe later. Okay. Rhea's question.
Yes, this is to Rhea.
I love Noah's hosting.
What was Justin Bieber's first album called?
Oh, God. I know Fran knows it.
I don't know if I do.
His first album. Oh my gosh.
I'll give you 10 more seconds.
One Time?
Nope.
That was my guess too.
Oh, that makes me feel better. That was your
That was a song, right?
Yeah, I mean, that was his first big song.
His first, I'll give you this hint. His first album and second album are the same name, but the second one's 2.0.
I think I know it now, but I can't say.
Well, I believe was after all of this. Never Say Never?
Nope.
Oh,
My World.
Oh, I knew that too.
Did you know it, Rhea?
For the love of God, Fran, that's god awful. You know
People
how many My World posters I had
about that? Oh, tough.
Oh man, God, beat Fran and Rhea might be a lot easier than I think it is.
We're gonna get our show taken away.
Okay, this is to Fran.
It's 1-0 Rhea.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was the name of the cheerleading team Gabrielle Union was on in Bring It On?
Fuck. I can see the uniforms in my head. The green. Oh my God.
Rhea looks like she knows it.
She totally does, but I'm
gonna give you.
No hints. We can't.
No,
we're not paying.
I was gonna say 10 seconds.
Oh, okay. It's Crunch. I know it's Crunch. I'm Toros is obviously in my head, and I know that's not it because I know that's the other cheerleading squad. So I think I don't have it.
Clovers.
Correct.
God damn it. Yep.
Let's go.
2 for Rhea.
Yep.
2-0. And back to Rhea.
I'm really surprised you didn't know that one. Or the Justin Bieber one. We'll blame it on the apartment
Tough
search.
day for me.
What?
All I had was there must be some Toros.
Yeah.
It goes both ways.
The first one that came in my head was Toros, and then I was like, wait, no,
it's
Clovers.
the opposite.
What HBO series star had a guest appearance in Hannah Montana?
Larry David.
Correct.
That was a great episode of Hannah Montana.
3-0 Rhea.
Can't believe Noah threw a Larry David question in there.
Of course he did.
I didn't know. I thought maybe that would kind of confuse you, but
No.
Would you have gotten that, Fran?
Honestly, probably not.
Okay.
Getting smoked.
Okay, this next one is I'm gonna time you for it.
Whoa,
You're gonna have
I got a shock clock? What? Jesus.
You're gonna have 10 seconds.
10 seconds?
I'll give you 15.
Generous.
But I think you'll get this. Okay, ready? I say the question and start the clock.
Yeah.
Name 5 bachelors.
Oh, Ari, Nick, Ben, Chris Soules, and Sean. Is that 4 or 5?
That's 5.
That was 5, I think.
Okay. See, I think 10 seconds was enough.
Yeah.
I think Rhea would have struggled with that. No?
No.
Okay. Frank gets a point.
I could have thrown Peter in there.
Peter, Colton, Ari, Juan Pablo.
Yeah. I went old. I didn't even say Matt. I feel like we could have.
Oh, Matt James. I actually don't even think I would have said Matt James.
Which one of these women did John Mayer not date? Jennifer Aniston, Jennifer Love Hewitt, Jessica Alba, Minka Kelly, Jessica Simpson.
That is 5.
It's hilarious. And he only did not date one of them.
Oh my god. This is hard. So he definitely dated Jessica Simpson. Who were the other ones that you named?
I'll read it again.
Yep.
Jennifer Aniston.
He dated Jennifer Aniston.
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
That one I'm not sure about.
Jessica Alba.
Not sure about that one.
Minka Kelly. Jessica Simpson.
I'm only sure about Jessica Simpson and Jennifer Aniston. Minka Kelly, Jennifer Love Hewitt, and Jessica Alba, I have never heard of dating John Mayer, but Jennifer Love Hewitt is such a random person to be thrown in there that makes me believe he did date her. Because
right.
Why would you, I feel like you would throw that. Minka Kelly, did she date John Mayer? I don't know. Did Jessica Alba date John Mayer? Part of me says Jessica Alba did not date John Mayer.
Final answer?
Is that your final answer?
The way Noah looked at me made it seem like it shouldn't be my final answer. Fine, I'm going with Jessica Alba.
Correct.
Let's go!
I
actually think I would have gone with Minka Kelly.
Yeah, I feel like that's a random one people don't know about.
I just feel like it was so random that I was like,
yeah.
Jessica Alba seems like his type, but I've never feel like we would have known about Jessica Alba and him.
Minka Kelly, I guess, I was just thinking like because she was with Derek Jeter for so long.
What movie accidentally won an Oscar in 2017?
Oh God. I mean, I know what movie accidentally. So who got announced before Moonlight did?
Yes.
Oh God. That's tough. What movies came out in 2017?
Was it La La Land?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
God, it needed that. I'm getting smoked. What is it, 5-2?
That's 4-2 now.
4-2, okay.
What year did the first season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians air?
They're on their 20th season. (2006)
No.
20 seasons. We're now in 2021. Get a season a year. 2003?
No. 2007.
Oh my God. Are you joking?
Oh, I went earlier. I just feel like it's been on forever.
Okay.
We stink. Okay.
What was Raven's dad's restaurant called in That's So
Raven?
God. You don't know it?
No.
Are you joking? Stop it. You don't know the name of...
I haven't watched That's So Raven in 15 years. That's not one that I pop on anymore. Hannah Montana is really the only one that I still put on. It's something... I can't even remember his name.
We just talked about his name the other day.
I know. It's gone. I got nothing.
The Chill Grill.
Nothing.
Correct.
I knew it was Grill. In my head, it was Grill something. But I was thinking it was his name, Grill.
Victor Baxter.
Victor Baxter. God damn it. I haven't watched That's So Raven in far too long.
Can I preface this next question by asking you if you've seen the movie I'm about to ask about? Just because I feel like if you haven't, then it's kind of unfair.
Was this the Nightcrawler question you asked?
No. That had nothing to do with it.
Oh.
I was comparing David Dobrik to the guy in
No.
that movie.
What movie?
13 Going on 30.
Yes, we've both seen 13 Going on 30.
What was Jennifer Garner's character's name in 13 Going on 30? It's to Rhea, right?
Yes, it's Rhea's question.
Oh, it's my question?
Yeah.
I just got mine wrong.
Oh, fuck. What is Jennifer Garner's character in 13 Going on 30? Ooh.
I'm ready to steal.
I don't know. Rebecca?
And I'm looking for a full name.
Full name.
By the way.
Jenna Rink.
Correct.
Oh my God! Why did I not know?
Yeah, I don't know. Jenna Rink, Big Time Magazine.
All right, France,
How did I come out with Rebecca?
Rhea is up 5-3 after 10 questions.
Okay,
Rebecca?
I gotta get some of these right. Okay, all right.
Rebecca? Rebecca.
Becky? I don't know.
I was literally gonna be like, Becky? That was a bad one.
I'm gonna go with another character name.
Okay.
What was the name of the man who slept with Steve Carell's wife in Crazy Stupid Love?
Oh, David Lindhagen.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's one of my faves.
Yeah.
5
David
for Rhea.
Lindhagen. Kevin Bacon.
Yeah. They're kind of getting harder, to be
Fucking
honest.
Chill Grill. God damn it.
What are One Direction's top 5 stream songs?
Yo, I'm not gonna get that.
She's got to name all 5?
All 5 is so much.
Really? Because I feel like you would know their biggest 5 songs.
No.
That was my thought.
I was not a One Direction fan.
Okay.
I can name Story of My Life.
That's one.
I think you got to go with like 3 of the top 5.
Okay, well, change it to 3 of the top 5.
Yeah.
Story of My Life. That's What Makes You Beautiful. That one.
Yes, I'll count that. What Makes You Beautiful? Come on.
Don't know. I really was not a One Direction fan at all.
Would you know the other 3?
No.
Really? Maybe
think.
you would know the song, but maybe not the title. Is what I'm
Yeah.
I hope Fran doesn't get it, then it's just a wash.
I can't think of a single name. Not one. Nothing's popping into my head.
All right.
Not one thing's popping in my head.
Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah. I think just just wash of a question.
In order: Drag Me Down, Story of My Life,
Yeah.
Perfect.
Drag Me Down.
Perfect, What Makes You Beautiful, History.
History. Yep.
I wouldn't have gotten any of those. Not even close.
Okay, now this is to Fran.
Christ. Okay.
What was Julie Andrews' first movie?
I feel like The Sound of Music is too obvious. But
what other movies would you name?
what else?
You know?
What was she in before The Sound of
Right.
Music? Yeah, it's The Sound of Music.
No.
What?
You'd know the movie.
No, yeah. Nothing else was gonna come to me.
Well, it's not The Princess Diaries.
Definitely not.
It's not The Sound of Music.
Not The Sound of Music, apparently. We're on the verge of having to forfeit our show.
What is Julie Andrews' first movie? Tell us.
Mary Poppins.
Oh my God, I was going to say that, and I thought I was crazy. I'm so mad at myself. I know that's
she did
the classic.
Mary Poppins before Sound of Music?
I know that is a crazy fucking thing for me to say, but I literally was like, yo, you're making that up. She was not Mary Poppins.
no,
I thought,
yeah.
no, I know, but I was like, you're going to sound like an idiot
What
if
were
you
the
say Mary
years?
Poppins.
I can tell you.
Oh, I'm so mad at myself.
I believe Mary Poppins, 1964, Sound of Music, 1965.
Oh, back to back?
I'm so mad at myself for not saying Mary Poppins. I don't even think I can live with myself after this.
Oh, man.
Fuck.
Oh, man. All right, so how many questions do we have left?
We have 2 more questions.
2 more, and it's 5-4?
Yes, Rhea's up 5-4. And
My
this is
question,
now
right?
Oh, man.
to Rhea.
Oh, man.
Oh, God.
2
All right.
questions left.
2 questions left. All right.
What is the highest selling album of all time?
Oh. The highest selling album of all time? Something Taylor Swift, right? Am I allowed to ask that question? I don't think so.
No, definitely not.
Red, Taylor Swift?
No.
Bohemian Rhapsody?
No. It's Michael Jackson, Thriller.
Oh, God. I mean,
why did I go Red, Taylor Swift?
I'm not sure. Not sure.
I don't even think that's like
not even,
near.
you don't even really like that one.
Everybody loves it, so I thought I'll go with Red.
Oh my God.
Fuck.
Yikes. All right, this is the last question. This is for a tie?
If we do a tie, then I guess we do a
tiebreaker.
Okay.
We'll have to do one more each, I guess.
What award show did Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston reunite at last year?
Oh no. It's between two. Golden Globes?
No.
I was thinking because she's TV.
Oh, shit.
This is for the win.
This is for the win.
Well, technically, you already won, right?
Oh, well, technically,
yeah, I mean,
but I would
still,
like to get
yes,
the point. I'd like to get the point.
Yes.
Okay.
That was my.
It's between two, right? So it's not the Grammys.
I said the Golden Globes, so it's not the Golden Globes.
And it's not the Golden Globes, which I thought it was.
Yeah. I was assuming because Jennifer Aniston, her nominations came for TV, but.
Right. But
obviously it's not like she would not be at the other ones. She could be.
But there are other ones that involve TV.
Yeah.
But his was
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
The Oscars?
No.
SAG Awards.
Yes.
Oh,
so you don't get the point.
answer! Oh, God, you got in my head about that.
But congratulations.
And so you won anyway.
Oh, thank you. But I'm not happy with the answers that we got wrong.
I gotta say, that was embarrassing.
It was.
I'm not gonna lie. I think if we play with fans, we're gonna get smoked.
We may. But that's
maybe
all right.
that'll be the going thing. It's just like everybody's got a chance to scorch reinvent your pop culture.
There you
trivia.
go.
Wow. All right. Thanks,
We got
Noah.
1-1 though. That's
Yeah,
good.
you're tied.
We're all tied up.
Yeah.
We're all
Yeah.
tied up. Let us know if you guys want to play. I feel like you guys are gonna want to play, but
Also,
definitely
like,
it'll be fun.
tweet out how you guys did. Like, if
Yeah.
you're playing along.
Yeah. I have a
embarrass
feeling
us,
there are
but-
some people out there who's gonna be like, "You idiots! I got every single one right."
Right. Definitely. Definitely.
It's just that's tough. We might have to
Walking
we
away
have
with
to
our heads down.
Study up a little bit more. I felt like we did better the first go around at this. All right, we'll be back. We're getting better.
We're getting better. That's okay.
We're getting our reps in before we
Yeah.
bring the fans in.
This is just practice.
Yeah, this is like the Iron Chef situation before we go to beat Bobby Flay.
Right.
Is Bobby Flay even an Iron Chef? Did I just make that up?
I have no idea.
I have no idea too. But I'm just thinking like competition between ourselves before we bring in the outsiders. All right. Good win, Maria.
Thank you. All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. We hope you guys enjoyed the trivia segment. Like we said, let us know what you think. We hope you have a great rest of your week, and we'll talk to you on Friday. Love you. Bye.